So hi everyone, this is Drastic here from the Achievement Squad, coming at you with a In Sound Mind Missable achievement guide. So from this point onwards there is a full spoiler warning in effect as we show you snippets of the game. Now we're going to show you the location of all of the collectibles, there's 93 in total, and all of the missable achievements. This is not a full game walkthrough, as the video would be about 10 hours long if I was to attempt it. But following along with this guide, you should be able to make it to the end of the game pretty easy. So that being said, let's get this show on the road. So it's worth noting, the first area is the building. You return to this building multiple times, so do not expect to get all collectibles straight away. We'll buy the broken elevator. First thing we want to do is you want to look to the left and we want to open up the door, and we're going to go into the washing room. You want to grab the fuse off of the washer that is just here. And then you'll want to jump on top of the boxes and on top of the washing machines. Jump over to the other side and you're going to find your first pill on the floor. Now that you've done that, we want to turn around and we're going to drop down in the gap by the washing machines, and you'll see a red light just here. Place the fuse that you just picked up into this washing machine and it's going to cause it to slide forward. And then down on the right hand side behind the machine you are going to find a part of a gun, so it's the pistol grip. So for the next part we'll progress to the second floor of the apartment building. You'll come here as part of the main story flow. Make your way in and you're going to see a vending machine on the right hand side. You'll want to jump on top of the boxes, and then on top of the vending machine you're going to find another part of the pistol, which is the pistol slide. And then from this point you want to continue forward and you're going to get yourself the missable achievement Nope. So start off by looking at the window to see the title. Head to your left and make your way over to the door on the back wall. Open that one up and the phone in here is going to ring. You immediately want to hang the phone up and this is going to bag yourself the achievement. So pick it up and put it down straight away. There's multiple opportunities to do this throughout the game, but this is the first one that's presented to you. So now we're going to grab another missable achievement. You'd have progressed a little bit further in the story, and the achievement is Game of the Year 10 out of 10. So you'll be back in your office after listening to a tape. You want to spin around and eventually a cat will appear called Tonia. After a little bit of dialogue, the cat will push the button on the floor. Then you'll want to press X or square if you're on PlayStation to pet the cat to bag yourself the achievement. So thanks to the cat, you can now reach the first floor of the building. So we want to make our way into the first floor and take a right. We'll keep following the wall around, and by this police tape we're going to enter the utility room. Once you're in the utility room, make your way to the back right door, and then you want to hop over the boxes in the room with the red light. You'll find a piece of paper here that tells you about the gun, but in the back corner you're going to find your next pill. So now that we have that pill, we're going to go after the next part of the pistol. So turn around and we want to jump back over the boxes. Come out of the room and you want to take a left and then take a left again. You'll see a glowing door at the end. Start making your way towards it, but do not go in. You'll want to take a right and you want to go into the maintenance room that's just here. So open up that door, go in, and you'll see these purple barrels. Next to that is a table. Crouch down with the right stick, clicking in, and you're going to find the next part of the pistol. Okay, so we are going to make our way back to the elevator and we're going to get back in. Now we actually need to go down to the basement. So click the B button on the panel and go all the way down. Once you're down here, we want to exit out of the elevator and we want to go straight forward and down the stairs. After coming down the stairs, take a left. We're going to go into the workroom and we're going to use the bench that is on the right hand side. Place all your gun parts on here and it will build yourself the pistol, and pick it up once you're completed. You'll get an achievement at the same time.
I hope I don't have to use this.
Okay, so the pistol's going to allow us to get some more collectibles. So exit out of the room and you want to go straight forward till you see the purple barrel. Shoot the purple barrel and make your way down to where it is, and on the right hand side in here you're going to find your next pill. And then the next pill that we can collect after this is directly behind us. So once you have this one, turn around from where you are and you want to make your way back down to the room where you would have found the torch in the beginning of the game. Look to the top left back of the room and you're going to see a grate. You'll want to shoot the grate out and then you want to crouch down and go through, and you're going to find pill number 4 here. So that's all we can collect in the building on this visit. We're now going to go into tape 1 for Virginia, and once you come into this area here after listening to the tape in your apartment, you want to make your way forward, jump over the gaps, and eventually you're going to come across a trolley. You need to interact with the trolley and you need to push it into the water to get an achievement. In where I'm from in the world, this is called a canal boat, but yeah, you'll bag yourself an achievement for pushing the trolley into the water. Okay, so the next achievement we're going to get is You're a Mean One, and it is in Homa Mart. You'll have picked up the mirror shard off of this mirror just here, and the mirror can be used to cut the police tape that you've seen around the area. Now, the ghost that would have smashed the mirror, the Watcher as she is known, is floating around here somewhere, and you'll need to find the Watcher. Now, once you find the Watcher, you're going to need to hold down the left trigger to look behind you. And you need to time it right so that she sees herself in the mirror. This will startle her and it will cause her to run away. I don't know why it took so long to find her, but she's normally everywhere across here. So turn your back to her, hold down the left trigger, and as she gets close she's going to see herself and she'll run away. That'll get you your next achievement, You're a Mean One. So this is just after the second mirror getting broken and you've obtained the key off the mirror. We're not actually going to grab some collectibles, but we're going to grab some items that help us to get to those collectibles. So we're looking for postcards and coins. So we want to make our way out and we're going to find some checkouts on the left hand side. And by the checkout number 4, there on top of the box is a document. You'll need to read this and this is going to trigger the postcards to appear for you. Now you can use the mirror to actually show you where the postcards are, however they're relatively straightforward to find. Exit out of the registers area and on the right on the shelf you're going to find the Homa Mart postcard. From here keep heading further into the area to where the area is lit up red. You want to cut the tape that's directly in front of you. Take a left and then cut the next set of tape and then take a right. And eventually you're going to come across on the side around kind of shelving area. I have to scare her off again because she's coming for me. And you're going to find the Mayor Pharmaceuticals postcard, which is worth 50 cents. We now need to go get the coins from the tills. So to do that we need to backtrack to the cashier section. So take a left and then take a right and keep walking forward into this cashier area. Now each till needs you to scan through a different value and you can scan as many times as you need to. So underneath the till, read the paper. It tells you need to scan $4 worth of cards. So this one you can scan the Homa Mart card twice and that will take it up to $4. And if you've done that correctly, it'll open up the drawer and there'll be a coin on the inside. Make your way down to till number 3 and you want to look underneath and you'll see that it's $5. So in this case you can scan the Homa Mart card twice and you can scan the Mayor Pharmaceutical card twice to get to $5. And again inside that there is another coin. And once you have that one, we want to make your way down to the next till. Till number 2 wants you to put $2.50 in. So for this case, we want to look at the thing again and just scan the Homa card once and then the pharmaceutical card another time, and that's going to give you your 3rd coin. You won't be able to get all 4 coins just yet. But from that till, take a left and you'll see some tape. You'll want to cut that. You'll take a right and you're back in the entrance area where you would have started. Keep following around and look to your right and you'll see the shopping carts. Place one of the coins into the shopping cart and that's going to cause everything to move backwards. Jump on top of the shopping cart and you'll be able to grab pill number 1 from here. Okay, so we are going to go for pill number 2 and that is contained in a photo booth. So take a left and you want to make your way down to the entrance area. Turn around so the doors can't see you. Turn around again. And keep walking straight forward to the very end, and you're going to find the photo booth here. Now go in, and you want to take one of your coins and put it in the coin slot, and that's going to take a picture of you and your friend. Once you have that picture, you want to look down and it will print out. Pick it up and have a quick look. And it says look behind you. Turn around and look on your chair, and a pill has spawned behind you. Okay, and so for the next collectibles, we're going to need to go back to the cashier's area, and we're going to enter the door behind them using the key that we had found on the second mirror. And we're going to go get pill number 3. So make your way back in, take a left and then immediate right through the section that's glowing red. And as you come into the cashier's section, you want to take a left, and we're going to go in behind the tills into the back area there. This is the maintenance east wing. So head in, come down, and you want to go through the second door on the right called staff room. Make your way into there, and in the open door in the kitchen section is a set of pills. So the next set of collectibles are going to require a bit of puzzle solving. So from here you want to turn it around, and you want to exit out, and you want to take a right. We're going to go down to the end of the corridor. There's normally enemies in this here, but I've cleared them out. You want to enter the power room in the back left. Now you need to come in here, and we need to switch off the O switch, the N switch, the S switch, and we want to leave the M and the C switches on. Turn around, take a right, and we're going to backtrack down the corridor, and we're going to keep going to the last door on the left, which is the offices. Open that up, and we want to come in here and crouch under this gate by the fax machine, and a mannequin is going to offer you a set of pills. So next up, we are going to get a whole bunch of them. We're going to get 4 at the same time. So from that mannequin, we want to turn around. I'm going to say hi to this guy for me. And we want to exit out the door to the right, and straight across the hallway there is a door with some barriers on it. You want to slash those off with your mirror shard. You want to enter this room, and then we're going to take a right, and we're going to go in the door, the CCTV room. And you want to go to the CCTV at the back. Now you want to pay attention to the numbers that you can see in each screenshot. So 4, 1, 5, 2. That is the passcode for the safe in the room that you were just in. It's 4152. Use the cameras to find it. Exit out of this room, and you're going to see the safe that is just here by the computer on the right. Enter those numbers in, and you're going to find 4 packets of pills in here. Now for a little bit more puzzling to get our next pill, number 9. So from the safe we want to back out of this room, and we want to take a left, and we're going to go right, and we're going to go into the staff room. You'll have to come here to progress the story forward anyway, but put your coin into the vending machine on the right hand side, and it's going to get stuck. So once you have done that, nothing's going to happen. So we need to backtrack to the power room. So exit out of the room, take a right, go down to the very end, and we want to enter the last door on the left. And we want to head into here, and we want to flip the switch twice that says S. So on and then off. Turn around, and we want to backtrack to the right and go back to the staff room. So it's the first door on the left. And your pills are now going to be in the base of the vending machine. Okay, so now we're going to get an achievement that caused us some serious grief. We originally believed that this was a randomly generated spawn. Turns out it's not. So we need to go back into the offices with the safe and into the CCTV room. And then in the back right of the corner you're going to find some post-it notes. You want to grab that, and we're going to go find ourselves a mannequin. So head out into the area, and we want to take a right to go back into the main store. Now mannequins are moving around, and they spawn in the locations all the time. They're consistently moving, so you just need to find one. And when you find one, we're going to put a post-it note on its face. So they could be anywhere in this section, but there's 4 of them wandering around, so it's not normally tough to find. We went for about 4 or 5 hours believing that this was a complete random spawn. Turns out it's not. We're just, yeah, not very smart. So when you find your mannequin, press X on its face and you're going to put a post-it note over its face. And yeah, there we go. There's your achievement. Okay, so next up we're going to help you get the last postcode and coins. So you have made some serious progress through the story now. This is the 4th mirror smashed. So you want to turn around and you're going to be in kind of like the groceries area after going through all of the vents and everything as well. Now keep an eye out, she's around still. We want to make our way to the right and we're going to go across to the chiller section just here. As you come into the chiller section, on your left you'll find a postcard just there. And to get back to the cashier's desks, we want to turn around and you'll need to exit out of the gate that you opened with a fuse a second ago and make your way down to the cashier's section. Head over to your last till on the end, so till number 1, and you'll need to scan in, I believe it's $3.99. So scan the Homa Mart card and the Asylum card. I think I say it right, probably not. Grab your last coin. You'll need to use that for later for the forklift in one of the collectibles. So we need to now backtrack. And we're going to make our way back and we're going to go into the room that we opened up earlier with the 4th mirror smashed. Take a left and we're going to go past these mannequins. I was looking to see if they had the face on. And we want to make our way into the back and into the maintenance west wing. This is the area with things like freezers and stuff. Follow the corridor around and you eventually get to this room with this big freezer. Instead of going in there, you want to turn around and go into the maintenance closets. And we're going to use the boxes in here to climb up onto the top. There's some pipes around the room that you'll need to get onto. So hop on up. And when you're at the top, you're going to need to follow it around. You're going to need to smash the grate that's ahead of you and crouch down. Keep making your way across to the other side and keep going straight down into the corner. And you are going to find your next collectible on the floor. Okay, so you've just come out of the freezer and you want to take a right of that freezer and go through the newly opened up doors. Follow the path into here. I've cleared out the enemies in this area and keep going down until you eventually see a barricaded door. You'll need to get out your shard and you want to chop off the bits of wood. Open up the door. And you'll want to use your coin that you obtained earlier on this claw machine just here. Now, unlike all of the other claw machines in the world, you actually successfully win something here. Pick that up. You want to go back through the door and straight through the door opposite into the loading bay. And you're going to be in a room with a forklift truck. So make your way over to the forklift. You want to drop the key into the ignition that you just got out of the claw machine. And you'll want to pull the lever to send the forklift flying forwards. Once it crashes into the gate at the end, you want to pull the lever one more time, but do not go through the gate. What we're actually going to do here is if you jump up on the back of the forklift and then onto the roof and then onto the forklift itself, jump to the pipe to your next view and then follow it around and you will find pill number 11 on the side here. Now, pill number 12 is underneath the gate by the forklift. I've cleaned out the enemies in this area so you don't have to watch me fight them, but follow the shelving all the way down to the end and take a left and you want to go through the fence just here, weaving in and out of the shelves, and eventually when you get to the end you are going to find a pill on the counter. This is your last pill for this tape and it's going to bag you the achievement for finding them all. Next up we're going to go back to the apartments, so once you've finished up in this area we'll regroup there. So now that we have the mirror shard, we're actually going to be able to access more of the building apartment. We're back in this area. So what we're going to need to do, we're going to need to exit out of the door. And we're going to take a left and we'll cut the police tape that is on this door just here. And we want to go to the roof. So take the stairs all the way up. You have to go through a few doors on the way. And when you get to the top, on the right hand side there's a vent here. You can jump up and you can grab the pills that are inside. Okay, so the next thing we're going to go after is the gas mask, and you get an achievement for finding it. So we're still on floor 2 and we want to head down to the basement. Once you are on the ground or the basement floor, take a left and cut the police tape straight in front of you, and you'll see a red vent up the top. You want to chop that open with your shard. Keep following that through and breaking everything as you go. Now you'll come into a room full of the gas, so use the items around the left hand side of the room to parkour your way across. Drop down and you'll see a gas mask straight in front of you. Pick that up and you'll get yourself the achievement. Now you can only hold the gas mask onto your face. You have to hold the left trigger or the right trigger to do that. It's not like you can handle having both on at the same time. So our next pill, you need to put the mask on. Drop down into the area and follow that around, and you'll see another vent that can be smashed in front of you. You'll want to crack that one open, and then you're going to need to put your mask back on because there's going to be more gas in this corridor. Push on through to the other side as quickly as you can, and you want to follow the vents around until you eventually get to the end. It's going to drop you down by the door where the gas mask was, where you went in the first time around. So once you're here, smash it open, drop down, and then you want to cut the tape on the door to your left, your right. Open that up, and you want to go in, and you'll find a pill box next to this barrel. So we are now back on the first floor, and a new corridor is spawned in front of you. As you can see, we've just come up in the lift. Now we're going to go grab some more stuff. So you want to take a left, and we're going to start making our way down to Virginia's room. And we want to enter the room that we came in earlier. It's the place where you picked up her tape. We're now going to get a vinyl record from her room. So walk forward and you want to slash the police tape, and you'll see a mirror directly in front of you. Turn around and use your mirror reflection to reveal a key that is stuck to that mirror. Grab that key off of there, and we want to use that to open up the door behind it.
Oh, it's locked.
And once you do that, you want to carry on in, and we're going to grab our first vinyl record, and that is in the sink. Okay, so once we're done with this, we need to exit out of Virginia's room, and we're going to go after our pill number 7 out of 24 for the apartment building. So make your way out, and I get greeted by a good old friend of mine. And once you're out of that, you want to make your way a little bit forward, and you want to take a left, and we're going to go into the maintenance room we were in earlier, and we want to take out your pistol, and we want to shoot the canisters on the floor just here. Make your way forward, and you want to grab the pill that is on the floor. Now that you have this, we are going to go after pill number 8. So from here, you want to turn around, and we want to make our way back, and we're going to exit out of this room. Take a left, and we're going to continue towards this police tape just here. Ignore the police tape and go into the utility room, and then cut the police tape off of the left door. Open this up, put your gas mask on, and you're going to need to make your way down to the end of this section, and you're going to find your pill on top of the box at the end. Okay, so next up, pill number 9. Put your mask on, and we're going to need to back out of this area. So drop down, follow it down to the end, and we want to duck under, and we're going to take a right. We're going to be in the area where we want to cut some police tape. We're going to go a bit further into this place here. I recommend shooting out some of the barrels and stuff in the area just to make it a little bit more easy to navigate. It's more of a cross-sectional kind of grid, the layout of this floor. So keep pushing through, shoot barrels where you see them, and that's going to make a bit more room for you to kind of get around. Now we're going to enter the maintenance room door just here. We're going to cut off the police tape, and you want to make your way forward, and you see the wall in front of you, hit it. And then behind that wall, you're going to find your next set of pills. We're now going to go find pill 10. So turn around, and we want to exit out. And we're going to click on the vending machine. Now you'll see that it's the same vending machine from Homa Mart, but it's not going to work. But it's going to trigger something. So make your way back to the lift. And we want to get into the lift, and we want to go up to the 2nd floor. Now I recommend crouching down, and as you'll see it as you go up. So if you look between the grating, there is a coin just in the middle. So between floors 1 and floor 2, crouch down, and you want to spam the X button as you're going through. It can be a little bit tricky, but you'll eventually get it. And also good luck finding that one. It was very difficult to spot and to grab as we were doing this, but You have to keep going up and down, but spam the X button as you're doing it. It's very hard to see, but it is definitely there. You'll know when you've got it. Okay, and now we want to make our way out and continue down on floor 1 back to the vending machine, and you can use your coin on it, and you can pick from any of the pills in the machine. It doesn't really matter which one, because you're going to get all of them at this point anyway. So grab that one, and we're going to go get some more. So from the vending machine, we want to make our way to the right banister, the right balcony, jump on the railing, and then jump to the roof of reception. Follow the top of the reception around, and eventually you'll get to the collectible on the end. Okay, then from that window we want to turn it around, and we're going to grab our next pill. So drop down and make your way across to the other side, and in between the benches you're going to see an ashtray, and your collectible is in the ashtray. At this point in time, also look at the newspaper to your right and take note of the year it was written in, because that is the passcode for one of the safes. Turn around, and we're going to go across to the reception. So make your way to the other side. You want to take out your pistol, and you want to shoot the canister in front of it, and we're going to go into the mail room. Jump on over, take a left as you come in here, and we're going to grab a coin for the vending machine. So hop on up, and it's on top of these boxes just here. Once you have that, directly behind you there is a safe that we need to interact with. So we're going to get pills 13 to 16 out of this. Hop up, and we want to enter into the year that was on the newspaper. For me, it's always been 1997. It might be different for you, I don't know, but it seems to be the same throughout. Once that's open, grab all the pills. And now we need to find our next coin, or coins. Take a right, and you want to jump up on the boxes and go onto the top of the shelves, and we're going to smash through the grates just here, and the next coin is behind the barrier. And then we're going to go grab our next coin for the vending machine. So from here, turn around, jump on up and go through the vent, follow it down to the very end, drop out, take a left, and we're going to go up the stairs on the far side from us. And as you come up the stairs, you'll see on your right a big pile of the chemical. Make your way around it, and at the very end of that balcony you're going to find a coin on the floor. Pick that one up, and then we're going to need to return back to the vending machine to get pills 17 to 19. So make your way around, head over to the vending machine, and put in all 3 coins that you have found.
It has a small coin slot.
Okay, so we're actually going to move straight through into tape number 2 now. So we're in Alan's tape. We're at the start of the long walk with all of his session therapy tapes in here. We're going to grab the achievement Murder of Crows. So as you're coming through this path, you're going to eventually come across some crows. There's now multiple opportunities to get this, but this is just one of the easiest ones. You'll be climbing on some whale bones, and as you climb up those whale bones, look to your right and you'll see 2 crows perched on 2 fence posts. Shoot one of them and you've got yourself the achievement. Okay, so the game's going to eventually bring you to this glowing hut. We don't want to go into that just yet. We want to make our way down the beach a little bit further. And as you come down the beach, you're going to see this container just here. Now you're going to need your gas mask to do this, but make your way down to the water and walk across the container, and you want to make your way down to the end, and you're going to grab the pill from the floor. Now make your way back to the hut and grab the light that's in the hut. So after grabbing the light from the hut, it will get totaled by the light. I had to pause it because it would have killed me otherwise. Turn around and we want to make our way up to the very top of the hill. There are enemies in this area, just to warn you. As you come up, go through the fence, and when you hit the road, we're going to take a left and not a right because that's the way the game wants you to go. So go the opposite way. Make your way down to the very end, and you're going to walk into a blocked tunnel. And on the car bonnet in the back left is your next pill. So eventually the game is going to push you through a place called Checkpoint 1, and as you come through here, there is a lot of cars that seem to be sunk into the ground. There's a lot of enemies in here as well. I've already cleared them out. But at the second truck, you want to jump on top of it. Make your way down to the very end and look down, and you're going to see a ledge that you can land on. Drop onto that ledge. You want to probably use your gas mask here, and make your way to the very back, and you're going to find your next pill. And continuing along the main path, eventually you're going to reach the info center. So we need to get on the inside of this one. Make your way through the fence that is just on the right hand side and take out your gun. You'll need to pop the planks that are blocking the door so you can get inside. It's very Assassin's Creed Valhalla style. Make your way around to the front door and you want to open that up. Go through the second door, and as you come into here, on the table at the back by the window is your next pill. On to the next missable achievement. So we are outside the lighthouse area and we need to jump over the boxes, and we're going to get attacked by Shade. Now Shade is a guy that likes to pull you into the ground, but when he gets close you'll see him in the muck. You need to fire a few bullets into him to get this achievement. So he'll pull you down, shoot the guy, not the mud, and you'll get the achievement. So one of Shade's mechanics is that he has the ability to pull things into the ground, into the abyss that's kind of below, as you can see with all the cars and devastation. We need to use that to our advantage for the next two collectibles. So we're going to make our way back to the light just here, and we're going to go in through the gate when Shade is not around. And you'll see directly in front of you there is a generator. You can use that for safety because Shade will not come into the light. And then we want to hop over and we're going to make our way down to the left hand side of the house. In front of that, say the fence by the house, there are two boxes. We need Shade to consume those boxes. So once those two boxes are out of the way, you can use a torch on Shade to scare him off. But on the table behind those two boxes is a pill, and make a quick dart for safety once you've got it. Back to the generator. Okay, so still in the same area, we're going to need Shade to consume some more boxes again this time. So to the right of the generator, you'll see a big stack of boxes in the distance. We need to make our way over to those, and we're going to get him to consume as many of them as he can, but not all of them because we don't want him to take the collectible. So have him eliminate some of the boxes until you can actually reach the collectible. And once you've got enough done, shine your light on him to scare him away, or shoot him, doesn't really matter. So, and then on top of the box you'll find your next set of pills. That is pill number 6 for this level. The next part is going to require you to progress further on to the lighthouse, and you'll be around the back and you'll just open the gate here, and we're going to get the achievement, give me all you've got. So as you're coming down into this area, Shade is going to start throwing stuff. You'll need to shoot one of your projectiles with your pistol, and that will bag you the achievement. And then we need to press forward in this area just to get our next collectible. So it's along the same run. Apologies for the cut here because I actually fell down the hole. Not very good at platforming apparently. But eventually as you come around, you're going to reach this section with an overhang. And the collectible is on the overhang. So jump forward. And this is scripted, this bit as well. So hop up the blocks on the left, and then you want to jump to the other side, and that's going to cause the collectible to roll down the hill. Don't rush after it because you'll just fly off. It doesn't roll off the edge. Walk down and it's going to drop onto the ledge below. You'll be able to grab it from here. Okay, so much more progression on. You'll have just taken an eventful boat ride to your location, courtesy of our friend Rainbow. You want to make our way to the left. You want to go through the whale bones and head towards this red light just here. Go around that light and the other lights on the left hand side, and you want to keep following the pathway of broken wooden planks next to the crashed ships. Take a left into this area and you'll see a big kind of like rack of whale ribs in purple water. Make your way down and you want to look up, and the next pill is hanging down from inside the rib cage. You'll have to jump up to get it. It can be a little bit clunky, but time it right and you'll grab it. So your next pill can only be reached after completing the boat section, you know the part that I mean, and you'll be on top of these containers just here after obtaining the flare gun from the control room. So to get our next collectible we need to use this flare gun, so we need to make our way down to the very end of the boat, and you want to drop down safely through the hatches that you would have used to climb up to get down to the floor. So once you're down to the ground, we have to follow the main path forward to get to this area. You want to continue through the place where you've got lots of kind of shipwrecked containers and through the parts with the whales. The part on your right now, the very high up bridge, is actually your path forward, but we're not going to trigger that just yet. We're going to make our way past this particular section, and we're going to keep going down towards the end. Follow the pathway around, I ignore the enemies, and look to your right and you'll see a very big skeleton. Shoot a flare into the darkness underneath that part and it's going to cause the tail to fall down. Make your way through the rib cage and up to the container at the top, and you're going to find the pill on the end. That is pill number 9 for this level. So after progressing a little bit further forward, you'll be at the place with the gantry, and it's something that you have to use to progress forward. And you would have gotten a key from a hanging kind of shelf. Open up the gate and we're going to make our way into the crane section just here. So smash off the barriers and make your way around to the back, and there's going to be a set of stairs. You want to make your way all the way to the top of these stairs. If you reach the top, you'll want to duck underneath the crane, and then you're going to hop up into the cabin that is just here. There's more flares on your left if you need them, and you want to hop out the broken window, and we're going to do a bit of parkour across the side of the crane. Try not to fall because you'll die, but hop on over. Once you reach the end, you want to hop up the boxes and we're going to climb on top. And then when you're on top of the crane, you want to make your way all the way back down to the other end, and you want to hop on top of the overall crane. Once you're on top, make your way to the other side, and we're going to do a bit more fancy footwork. Drop down, edge along the very, very small gap that we've just got here. Keep going around, and then you want to hop up to the top, and you're going to find your next pack of pills. So after dealing with the crane situation, we'll be back by the gantry. And we need to use our friend Shade again to get some collectibles. So he's lingering around in the area. He would have just crashed your crane into the ground. And by the gantry there's these 2 boxes. Have him consume those 2 boxes. And that's going to open up a pathway in the freight containers. So make your way in. You might have to scare him off just to buy yourself a little bit more time. But make your way in. And you want to follow the path to the left. I scare him off because he's attacking me. And then you'll come to the left here and you'll be able to see through the window. Shoot the barrels on the other side with your pistol, and that's going to open up the door on the other side. So you'll be able to backtrack out, take a right through the containers. As you come out of the containers, go right again, and then look to your right one more time and you'll see the door. Make your way to the back and you're going to find the collectible on the boxes at the back of the room. Okay, so eventually you'll make your way to a place where you're looking for fuses, and there's a generator and a truck has just been sunk into the ground. I had to pause it because I was under attack. But you'll need Shade to eliminate this big stack of boxes that is just in this area. So have him clean up all of those boxes, so get rid of them all. You can leave it to 1, it should be fine at the end. Exit out and go follow the track to the left. As you come down the track, you're going to see some more planks that you need to smash off, with some more crates stacked up on each other. Have Shade take out those boxes as well, so get rid of all of them, so that they're no longer collected to the pathway above. It's a little bit hard to see it though if he's consistently trying to bite at you. Now, once you have removed enough of the crates, we're going to need to backtrack. So once he's done that, we're safe to go. You can shine a light on him if you want to get rid of him, but you do need him to progress forward. So exit out, take a right, head back to the generator area, and you want to use the newly found pathway here to go up and into the freight containers. Continue straight through that area and you're going to make your way down to the very end, and you're going to find your last pill for this tape. Now we'll regroup once you are back in the apartment building. Okay, so we're now going to go grab ourselves a shotgun, and because we have the flare gun from Alan's tape, we can use that. So exit out of your room, and we're going to make our way across to the elevator. We need to go down to the first floor. Okay, so once we're on the first floor, take a left and we're going to follow the corridor down to the end. By Virginia's room, you'll see a police taped door. Chop off the tape, open up the door, and you want to take out your flare gun to shoot away the darkness that is just here. Make your way forward once it's all clear, and we're going to need to take the vent off. So do that with the shard. You'll see the shotgun there, but you can't reach it. So look to the top and you want to shoot the plank that is at the top with your pistol. That's going to cause the shotgun to fall down the ventilation system. Turn around, you want to take a right, and we're going to go back into the lift, and we want to go down to the basement. Now that you're in the basement, you want to take a left, and we want to go up the stairs, left again and up the stairs. And look to your right and you'll see some darkness in front of you. Shoot that out with your flare gun, make your way to the end, and the shotgun is on the floor in front of you, and this will get you the Scatterbrain achievement.
Now we're talking.
This is also the last missable weapon in the game, so the other weapons you will find by default following the game's main story. Okay, so we need more pills. So this is pill number 20 out of 24 that we're going to go after. Make your way back to the lift, and we're going to go up to the first floor. Now that you're on the first floor, you'll want to take a left, and we're going to go back towards Virginia's room. But take a right before you go in there, and right again. Now by these 4 paintings, you'll notice that the top painting is actually a hole in the wall. It is not a painting at all. It's very well camouflaged. We actually need to shoot our flare gun through this hole. I attempt to, but I fail. You don't actually have to do it that close. Stand back and fire your flare through that gap. Once that's gone in, that's going to cause an explosion to open up the door on the other side. So take a left and enter the door that is next to you. Follow the corridor around and take a right through the first door that you see, and you'll be able to grab the pill off of the shelf just here. So we are now gunning for pill number 21. That is out of here. So out of here, take a left again, and when you come up to the maintenance room door, go through the broken wall that you knocked a hole in earlier. We're going to follow the path down to the end, and the wall on the left is also weak, so you need to hit that with your shard, and that's going to open it up. And you want to take out our flare gun. There's flare gun ammo just behind you if you need it. And you want to stand up, you want to turn around and shoot your flare over the top of the fence. That is going to cause the fence to fall down. Once that does fall down, you want to make your way in, and you're going to see more flare gun ammo on the floor. You're going to need it for this. And you'll want to use your shard to get rid of the wooden planks. Now this collectible is a pain. It is down underneath the floor. So if you use your shard to look down and behind you, you'll see it's underneath the floor. Take out your flare gun, and I don't know what causes this to trigger, but take out your flare gun and shoot it into the back wall. The collectible is going to fly up in the air and you need to grab it before it falls back down. You can keep doing that over and over and again until you actually have the pill. Okay, so we're now going to grab our second vinyl and we're going to grab that out of the room that we were in where we got the last tape from. So make your way out of this area, take a right. We'll take a right and then left again, and we're going to go back to Alan's room. So make your way past the gas on the floor, take a left at the end of the corridor and go on in. And we're going to have to do a bit of puzzle solving inside Alan's apartment. So once you're in here, we want to walk forward and we're going to go into the dining room, and if you look to the left, you'll see some darkness. Shoot the darkness away with the flare gun. You want to make your way up the stairs. And as you come up the stairs, you'll want to turn around and you're going to need to backtrack down. It's quite dark in here, so I recommend using your flashlight. There's plenty of flare gun ammo in this area as well you'll need to grab. Once you make it into this section here, you're going to need to parkour your way across the boxes to the other side. So hop on over. And as you come down into this area, you're going to see a hole in the floor. Now with your flare gun, shoot down at the barrel, and that's going to cause that to explode. You now need to head back downstairs. Once you're back downstairs, take a right and a right again and go underneath the fence. Open up the door on the left, and that's going to take you into Alan's bathroom. You'll need to shoot your flare gun through the gap at the top. I actually had to do 2 takes on this because the first one didn't work. So as you see, I go out and I check, but the doorway hasn't opened up yet. It's still closed, so I need to go back into that room and take a shot. There's plenty of ammo dotted around upstairs in the attic as well, but shoot your flare over, and that's going to blow open the door that is just here. And grabbing more bullets as I go. And you want to enter the door that's straight ahead of you. Now apologies for the cut here because I actually realized I was out of ammo at the time of trying to do this. So yeah, I go to find more ammo. So once you're in his room, you'll want to shoot the darkness away from the bed. Once that's clear on the bed, you're going to find vinyl number 2. And then we can now progress through until tape 3, which is with Max. So this chapter is a little bit more harder to navigate than others, but I'll keep you informed of the best way of doing it as you go. And as you come into this train yard area, you want to make your way to the right and you're going to see this train cart that you need to solve to move forward anyway. Push it to smash the crate, and you want to keep pushing it back until it hits a turntable. Once it's on the turntable, enter the control room on the left hand side. And you want to push the left button to rotate it a little bit. And then once that's in place, we're going to push it at full speed forward again, and that's going to crash into another box. Once it crashes into that box, you're going to find another pill directly underneath this. Okay, so eventually as you progress along with the main story, you're going to get to this blockaded tunnel. And our problem is in this tunnel. So we're going to go for the achievement called Rodeo Clown. So as you start making your way into this tunnel, which you will do because it's part of the story, you can't miss it. And eventually as you come down to the end, you are going to be met with a pair of glaring headlights. It makes the impression that a train's coming. But as you get closer, you'll soon to realize it is a giant bull. When you get close to it, if you shoot it in the eyes and you blow up the lights, it's going to knock it unconscious. Once it's unconscious, you want to stand on its head and it's going to start to boot up again, and it's going to go crazy about the fact that you're standing on its head. You need to stay on for 5 seconds and you'll get the Rodeo Clown achievement. Now we're going to need to use the bull to get our next collectible. So this is pill number 2. So you need to back out of this corridor and pretty quick, because he's chasing you. He's going to set you on fire. He's going to bash into you, and he can be a little bit buggy at times actually. But make your way back out of the barricaded tunnel, and you want to start making your way forward, following the tracks, and you'll go past all of these kind of trashed up trains and stuff. But he's going to follow you, and as you come down to the end of the tracks, you're going to need to lure him into this very large gate that is just here. This is taking you back into the train yard that you're in earlier. Once he smashes through it, it's going to kick up a big cloud of dust because he's done a lot of damage. But we need to go in, take a left, follow it around, and we're going to need to make our way to the back left hand corner. And now this train car here has a collectible in it, and we need to down him again next to that train car and use him as our stepping stone. So bring him towards the train car, and you need to shoot out his eyes again. Tip, the flare is a one shot to kill him. I just didn't have much flare ammo at that time. Once he's down, hop on his head, jump into the train car, and at the end you're going to find your next collectible. So after much progression, you'll be eventually reaching the power station after playing around with some of the voltage chips. By the way, take those voltage chips with you throughout the entire level as best as you can, because you'll need them for later. So make our way into the electricity area, and we're going to hop up on the boxes that are in this place. And we're going to go for probably one of the most hidden pills in the game. So jump over the electrical boxes, and you're going to make your way around, and eventually you'll need to jump down behind the fence that is in front of you. So take a big jump. Make your way to the right, avoiding any of the kind of sticking out pylons. Take a left by the downed fence, and then take a right, and then right again, and you're going to be in by a very big generator. You'll want to make your way up that generator. Apologies for the cut, I failed at my jumping numerous times here. But hop your way over, and once you reach the other side, you're going to need to hop up onto the rig that is in front of you to the right, and then you're going to jump over the fence on the right. Now in front of you is a big pylon, and you want to look all the way up, aim your gun, and you want to fire a shot, and the collectible is going to fall down from here. This took ages to find. We even tried climbing up the pylon. Okay, so make sure that you have your 1 volt and 2 volt chip with you, and you're going to progress significantly further into the story until you reach this room. Exit out of this room, and you want to take a left, and we want to go into the room called assembly room. Open that up, take a left, and we're going to go past all the machinery, staying on the left hand side of the room, and you want to go under the door on the right hand side, past all of these really big containers, and look to your right, and you'll see a panel that you can screw off of the wall. So like I said, you should have your 2 and 1 volt chips with you at this time. The third you won't have, but I'll show you how to get it back in a moment. Once you've taken the panel off, plug in the 2 volt chip and then unplug it again straight away. And we're going to need to backtrack. So turn around, make your way out, and then eventually on the right hand side you'll see a newly opened up fence with your pill in a locker. So for the next part, make sure you go via the furnace. Do not go upstairs. You eventually end up, after surviving an incident with this furnace belt, and you want to make your way out here, and we're going to be by first floor processing in the hangar. Chop the boards off of the door just here, exit out, and we want to grab the 3 volt chip. It's not a collectible, but you're going to need it for later. Progress through the first floor processing and then up to the second floor, and eventually you'll be outside the boss's office. Now we're going to grab the access granted achievement, and we can't do it without the 3 volt chip. That's why I showed you how to go back and get it. Make your way to the left of the boss's office, and you're going to find a panel at the end of the room. You want to use your screwdriver and take off the front of it, and we need to install the 3 volt chip here.
I could plug a chip in there.
Once you've done that, you want to make your way down past the boss's office, and you'll go into the archives. And as you come into archives, you want to take a right, and you want to head down to the lockers on the back wall, and you will find a key card. Now that you have that key card, you want to exit out of the archives. You'll want to take a left as you come out of here, and you want to make your way down to the end of the room. take a left and go through the gate, and you're going to find another voltage panel. You want to remove that front with the screwdriver and install the 2-volt chip. Once you've installed that one, turn around, and immediately to your left by the door you're going to find another panel. Take off the front of that panel and install the 1-volt chip. Once you've done that, to the right of the door, use your key card on this one, and that is going to open this up, and you're going to be able to access the Maya secret lab. So that's going to open the door, walk in, and you'll bag yourself an achievement and encounter the MT as well. Now there actually are another 3 pills in this room, so once you've got your achievement, you'll need to go to the back of that room. On the same counter are 3 pills in a row. So straight in front of you by the 2 monitors, grab those just there. Now just as a reminder to you, don't forget to take your voltage chips with you if you want to progress forward. Now we're going to jump further forward. At this point in time we have manufactured the pill and we're back in the hangar with our friend the bull. So ignoring the bull, take a left and we're going to backtrack out to the power station to get to a collectible we could not reach before. So take a left, head over to the power station, and in front of you you're going to see a train car. Make your way to that train car and you'll see a puddle of the chemical on the floor. Throw your pill in and it's going to react and it's going to explode, taking out the crate that is above it. Jump forward and your next pill is in this train car. Okay, and on to our next previously unreachable collectible, which requires a little bit more backtracking. So we need to exit out of the power station. We're going to go past the hangar and ignore it this time. And we're going to go straight forward and we're going to go right back into the train yard, which is the area where we started this section of the video. Make your way down and you'll see the train houses just in front of you. To the right hand side of those train houses you'll see some freight containers stacked on top of each other. Go to the back and you want to throw a pill on the gas that is just by that container. That is going to blow open the container doors. Once you've done that, make your way into the back of this section, take a left and follow it around, and as you're following it around you'll eventually need to take another left, or slowly incrementing left here, and then a right, and it's on top of this box. Now you'll need to progress back through the hangar and use the ball to smash open the gates. And we're going to go for the achievement Ole. So behind the hangar is this gate just here where our bull is at the moment. He's knocked it down because he'll follow the lure pill anywhere. Make your way into this area and you want to stick to the tracks, and you're in the toxic dumping site. Eventually you're going to come across ink blots. They are around here somewhere. I have a little bit of trouble finding them, but eventually you will bump into them. They're kind of by these boxes stacked on top of each other. Once you find them, make sure that they're close to the bull, but we're going to throw a lure pill behind one of them and he is going to crash directly into the ink block, killing it off. That'll bag you the achievement Ole. Now from the tracks on the left hand side there's actually some water that we need to make our way over to, and you'll see these boxes stood on top of each other. Now we're going to need to use more lure pills to get our attention of our friend the bull, but we need him to trash these boxes. So we need to make sure that there is at least one box kind of left out of each stack. So we need him to bring these down. So get his attention and get him to smash all of the boxes. So once he's taken out all the boxes, you want to hop on the boxes that he's kind of left behind. Do a better job than I do, of course. But hop on over each one of these. And eventually when you get to the other side, there will be a pill that is directly in front of you. Okay, so we're now going to go after our next pill. So from that island, you want to drop on down and kind of run across. Head back to the tracks, and this is going to kind of guide you to the next one. So you want to follow it down until you reach another barricaded tunnel, and this area is quite populous with enemies, so just be careful as you're doing this. You'll see down at the end that there is a barricade, so we need to get the bull to follow us for the best that we can, and as much interest he wants to give us. But have him follow us. Make your way up to the top of the hill and you'll see the blocked kind of area at the end. Use your lure pill and that's going to cause him to drive forward and hopefully clear out some of the enemies in the process as well. But hopefully it'll get him to knock the barrier down at the end. Once he's knocked that down, you want to go past him. He'll be too busy with the pill to care about you anyway. Hop over the canister and it's just in the back here by the note. Okay, so for the next and the last pill of this chapter, and it's the last collectible here, we need to hop back over and we're going to make our way down the track, but at some point you're going to need to take a left and come off the track. You have to come this way for the main story anyway, but as you come up to this area you'll see like the quarry bit. You'll need him to crash into the wall whilst avoiding all of the ink blots at the same time. I have to clear them out unfortunately because of the grief that they give me. And then for some reason he didn't really have any interest in my lure pill, so get his attention, have him smash the fence that is just at the back over here. It also smashes into me in the process. Apologies for you guys having to watch this flop, but make your way to the back and you're going to come across this kind of conveyor belt section. So we're going to need to be climbing up the second conveyor belt that is just here. And we need to do that with caution. So to get out there we're going to need to kind of backtrack a little bit. I was taking safety just to demonstrate it to you. We're going to go past the bull. And if you use your flare gun it will take him out in a single shot and calm him down for a moment. You want to make your way down to the water's edge and follow the cliff kind of face bit along to the right hand side, and eventually you'll get to the back of this truck. Make your way around this truck and we're going to go for a very awkward jump to get to this next collectible. So hop on up and you're going to need to land directly on the edge of the fence without landing on the other conveyor belt or falling down into the water. Follow that fence along and you want to make your way up the second conveyor belt, and as you get to the top be sure to jump because otherwise you'll fall straight down the hole in front of you. Once you're on the other side, you'll then be able to grab your last pill for this chapter, and I'll meet you back in the apartment building. So we're back on the apartment building and I'm on the first floor, and there's only 2 collectibles that we can kind of grab at this time. So let's go for pill number 22. We want to take a left and we're going to go down to kind of the main hall area. And then on the left hand side at the top of the stairs is this chemical puddle. Throw a pill on it and it's going to boil up and it's going to trash the box that's in front of you. Go inside the vent and you want to follow the vent around and down and then come out the other side. And once you're out at the other side you'll see to your left on top of the crate pill number 22. That leaves 2 more pills left for you to get in the apartment building. Okay, so we're going to now need to go for our next vinyl. So turn around and you want to hop back up the boxes and make your way back upstairs through the vent. As you come up to the top of the vent, take a right and then a right, and then you're going to be back by Max's room. Make your way in past all the smashed pipes and go in through the door. Once you're in his apartment, you'll want to go through the door that is on the left to take you into the garage, and you're going to throw into the tank of the car one of the lure pills to give it a bit of a kickstart. Once that starts the car up, you want to make your way around to the driver's side and you want to pop the door open and you want to put it into drive. and that's going to smash through the wall that is directly in front of you. Once you're through, you want to get out of the door on the other side. And in here you are going to find your next vinyl. It is on the back table. You'll need to reverse the car back out as well to leave the room, just as a heads up. Now we're going to be going straight across to tape number 4. Now tape 4 has probably the most collectibles in the game, but nonetheless I'm still going to help you out with this one. So eventually you'll reach this gate here, and you're going to follow the wire down, and you have to come this way as part of the story anyway, to get to the ranger's hut. And the ranger's hut is just on the end here. Now rather than trying to go in through the front door, just make your way straight to the back of the hut, and we're going to hop up onto some of the boxes that are in the corner to look through the window. So hop on up, and you'll see directly in front of you a chemical canister. Blow that away, and that's going to remove the door locks. And then from here we want to turn around, and we want to hop up the boxes onto the top of the roof, and we're going to want to make our way to the other side of the roof. So climb up to the very top. Once you're at the end, you want to drop down onto the planks below by the satellite dish, turn around, and you're going to need to knock the planks off the wall. Once you've done that, enter the attic, and we're going to go down and around. So crouch, follow it to the right, take another right after Agent Rainbow has a good look at you, drop down the hole, and turn around from the door, make your way down to the end for the bathroom, continuously followed by Agent Rainbow. And in the bath you're going to find your first pill for this tape. The second pill is after you've obtained the radio receiver. You want to go kind of backtrack from the ranger's hut, and we're going to follow the path back to the gate where we use as the first waypoint for this video. And as you come down this area, you want to keep hanging to the right, and it's along the main path that you use to come into this area anyway. And you're going to see a toppled electric pylon. They call it something else in this. I don't know if that's true for the rest of the world, but it's a pylon here for us. Hop on top, and you want to make your way across the wooden planks. Now be careful, it's very easy to get electrocuted and die here, but just do it with some caution and you'll be okay. Drop down through the gap when you can, turn around, and you want to follow the wood to the other side, smashing any wooden planks along the way so you can get to pill number 2. Now that you have pill number 2, I need you to backtrack back out of the pylon, and we're going to go after pill number 3. So in the distance you are going to see a standing pylon, and you want to make your way across to that one. And we're going to use our radio signal device to open up the door. So follow it along, and you're going to see the red light on it. Point your radio device at it and press the right trigger, and that is going to cause the gate below to unlock. Go in, and on your left hand side is your next pill. Okay, so our next achievement that we're going to get is called Feedback Loop, and that's after we arrive at the bunker. So once you reach the bunker, you're going to need to solve the puzzle to restore power to the entrance. So using your mirror, identify the different points that you need to zap with your radio. And once you've got the power to the door, we are going to get the Feedback Loop achievement. So this is going to summon in your new pal, the Flash. He's a big guy with a sniper rifle and a big light, and he's made out of lots of stuff. So for this achievement we need to disable Flash using the radio receiver. Now Flash's body is covered in these little devices that you can zap with your radio receiver. So I get his attention here. There is one at the top of his right hip. So point the receiver at it and keep pressing right trigger until it sparks. There is one on his shoulder, and you'll want to keep pressing the right trigger until you also catch that one. And there is also one that's kind of above his like ghillie camouflage as well. So keep hitting away and keep zapping it, and once you've hit all three, it's going to shut him down for a moment in time, and it'll get you the achievement feedback loop. Okay, so we're now going to go after something called session fragments. These are from Lucas, and they are a unique collectible to this level. So using the bunker entrance, you want to take a right, and we're going to start making our way back towards the path where we came in, but take a left and go up the hill. These are quite tricky to find, but you use the signal device to actually play a bit of hot and cold. Once you get to the tent, you want to zap the session fragment here. The second fragment is not too far away, so turn around from this one and make your way back down the hill. When you're at the bottom of the hill, take a left, and as you come past here, you're going to walk across where you came in, and by the fence, follow the path up in between the trees, and eventually you will come to number 2. But use the radio device to play hot and cold to find it. So the session fragment number 3 is pretty much just opposite side of this kind of pathway walkway area. So turn around 180 degrees and you'll make your way straight forward and down the hill. And ever so slightly to your left, you'll see a path going to your right and going up. So follow that path up to the top, again using the radio and frequency to tell you when you're close, and then zap the item at the top when you're there. Now for fragment number 4, so we're still at this tent, and we want to make our way back down the same path that we came up. Luckily it's actually straight opposite us again, so come down the path, keep walking forward, and you'll see a signpost for the well. Keep going up and you'll see a well directly in front of you. It's got a collectible in there, but we'll get it later because we don't have the right tools. Keep walking forward and eventually you're going to find your next tent. Give that a zap. Okay, so fragment number 5, that is again kind of directly behind us, so turn around, walk out of the bushes, and eventually you're going to see a lake. So left at the well, walk forward, there's the lake in front of you, and you want to follow the lake to the right hand side where all of the sunken cabins are, and as you come through the trees you're going to find another tent on the right hand side of the lake. So we need more pills, so to do this one we are going to turn around, make our way down to the front of the lake, and you're going to see a whole bunch of sunken houses, or they're called sunken cabins, and you're going to need to platform your way across this. As you can tell by my dodgy edit, I failed many times. Using a pill can make this a little bit easier, but not too much easier. Keep on hopping over and eventually you'll make it to one cabin that's roof's slightly protruding. Jump up onto that roof and grab the pill from there. Now you're going to need to do the water tower section first of all, before we can kind of get our next collectible, so it's going to take a little while for you to do. So once you've been to the water tower and you've scanned your number in the sky, you want to make an exit out of here, and we're going to keep pushing forward, and we want to take a left and we're going to backtrack to the well, so going off the path. Apologies, there's not many waypoints for me to work with in this area, it's quite vague, but you'll know if you're in the right area because you'll see lots of helmets on sticks. And as you come through this area, you want to take a right and follow the path, and you'll then want to go up the hill, and we're going to be back at the well. When you're back at the well, you would have obtained a valve from the water tower. You'll want to use your valve on this one and pull the collectible up to the top. So the next collectible is after significant story progression. You'll have ridden the cable car to the very top, and Flash is going to have chased you down to the visitor center, and eventually he's actually going to have run out of ammo at this point in time. He needs to go away and reload. So he'll be here clicking his gun away, not being able to do much, and he'll complain about being out of ammo. But once you reach this section, that gives us now a free pass once he's left for us to go get the collectible. So you'll need to backtrack to the cable car that you came up in, So follow the pathway down, left. You'd have run through this area anyway to escape him. And as you come back down, there is the cabin on your right hand side, which is the one where you would have arrived from if you're following the main path. And now we're going to need to trick the cable car a little bit here. So make your way back through this area. I wouldn't have recommended doing this earlier if he's chasing you, because he'll just kill you quite quickly. In the cable car, you want to pull the lever, but you want to exit out quickly, so it's going to send it back down to where it came from. And once that's done, you'll be able to climb across to the other side and you'll be able to get the next pill. So again, the next pill is after much progression through the visitor center. You'll be on your way to this tower here, but we're going to take a little bit of detour, and we're going to go back through the broken fence that the Flash smashed earlier, and we're going to follow the pathway back if we were going towards the cart again. But in this case, we want to go to the fence that's halfway up the road. Open that up, and we want to push through this little war scene with all the mines that are exploding. So run so you don't damage yourself too much. And then to the left of the plinth is your last pill and a landmine. So for the next part, this is quite a big progression forward you'll need to do first of all. But do not enter the church when you get to the church, okay? So what's going to happen, Flash is going to chase you to this church at this point in time. Do not enter it because you can't come out, and you have to do a lot of backtracking later. So you've run through this war sequence, and you've gone all the way up this road, and you'll have gone some distance to get away, to get to safety. So once you are at that church, we want to turn around and we're going to backtrack. I apologize for the backtracking in this section. I don't fancy showing you collectibles whilst I'm getting gunned down. So keep following the main road until you reach this kind of section just here. You're going to take a right and you're going to go up the hill, and you're going to find the next fragment at the top of the hill. Now we need to get ourselves another pill. So we need to go back down the hill that we just came up, and we're going to go onto the main road. Stay left, and then you're going to take a quick turn off, and you're going to see this bridge just here. Make your way forward, and you're going to see a gap in your bridge, and you want to look down and you want to zap the radio system under the water. Make your way forward, and you want to go up the hill, and you're going to cross a minefield. Now at the end of the minefield, so sprint through this section just so that you stay alive. At the end of the minefield, you're going to find your next pill. We are now going to get you pill number 9. So from here, turn around, and you want to make your way up the hill, and we're going to follow it around, and we're going to go across the bridge again. At the end of the bridge this time, we're going to want to take a left. So we're going to go find a container that has one of our pills in. So stay on the left and stay on the dirt track, and you want to keep moving forward. And after a little bit longer, you want to just take a left, and you're going to go up this hill here, and you're going to see a cargo container in front of you. When you get to that cargo container, take out your mirror, and you're going to locate the radio frequency device. Take out your radio frequency device, and you want to zap the container. That's going to open up the door. Make your way down, and you're going to pass your way back to the end of the container, and you're going to find your next pill on the floor here. Okay, so we are needing more session fragments, so let's go. Exit the container, and we want to walk forward, and we're going to go to the main road that we were. Take a right, and we're going to go back past the bridge. When you can take a left on the main road, you want to keep following it until you hit a red 5-door car. And as you get closer, you'll see the signal light up on the radio tower, but the radio device. But look to the top of the hill and take a left, and you want to go up, and eventually you are going to find your next tent. Give that one a zap. And not too far from here is pill number 10. So from that tent, if you are looking down the hill, there is a kids playground. So make your way down into the playground, and you're going to see some picnic benches. On the picnic bench on the left, you're going to find the pill in the middle of the table. From that pill, we are going to go after our next fragment. So from here, turn around. You want to exit out the park. I go by the swings, just as a point of reference. Follow the road until you see the sign. You want to take a left and keep following the dirt track forward. And eventually you want to keep going in the straight line. Remember to observe your radio frequency to make sure you're going in the right direction. Going up between the trees, and you're going to find your next tent just up here. We have 2 more tents to go after this, and that's what we're going straight for now. And they are located not too far from here. So from this tent you want to turn around. We're going to make our way back down to the road. And then as you're getting closer towards the road, we're not going to go onto it. You'll see the sign from earlier. Take a left and you want to follow it up the hill between all of the trees and bushes. And as you get to the top, you're going to start to pick up the signal for the next tents. You'll know you're in the right place because you'll see a big radar dish in the background. And you want to hit tent number 1, which is on the right hand side. And once you have that, we're going to go straight for tent number 2, which is directly next to it. So look to your left, make your way across to the opposite side of this area. It's ever so slightly to the right, and you're going to find it just here. That is going to bag you the achievement for finding all of the session fragments. Now for probably one of the most hardest collectibles we've had to find. We're actually finding a vinyl record that's not in somebody's room. So progress back up to the church and go through the church, and you'll be on the roof if you've been following along so far. And we're gonna, you'd have jumped out of that tower there. We're gonna drop down into the cemetery. This collectible does not show up with the mirror shard. So when you drop down, take a right and go into the cemetery, and you'll see some glasses on the floor. Now you'll want to actually use your radio on these glasses, but just to show you to you guys how difficult this is to spot. And for some reason I couldn't hit the right target, but the mirror does not give you any information about this collectible whatsoever, so it's completely hidden. Most of the time you can use the mirror to find the pills, but you have to use your radio device to actually find it in the ground. So once you've got that selected, and I'm going a bit crazy here with the mirror, but make sure your radio device is selected, zap the glasses, and you will see a vinyl record in the mud. You can pull that out. I don't even know if that's in the mud or if it's just in some kind of urethral plane or something like that. Now that you have that one, you'll progress significantly further forward. You'll get to the top of the hill and you'll be going into the crypt. And we are going to get pill number 11 for this chapter. You'll be in this kind of area where the radio waves are going a bit funky around you, and the lights are a bit of a different color. The moment you enter in here, you'll be made to take a right, and you want to get to the end of this particular corridor just here after you parkour the coffins. But don't run off to the left just yet. Walk forward and you're going to see a very well hidden button in the wall. Push that and that is going to open up a door in front of you. Enter in and you want to follow that around to the right, and you're going to find your pill on top of the coffin just at the end here. So the last collectible is in the bunker. So if you've been following along, you'd have entered all your star codes into the bunker to go forward. This is right at the end of this level, and we're going to need to solve a classic puzzle of zapping and turning on the wires. You'll need to do that till you get to the very end door. Don't go through the end door straight away. We want to open up the last door on the left. So using your mirror and your zapper, solve the puzzle. So once you've actually made it to the end, and this is the last door on the left, using your mirror, you can spot it in the room if you want to. I'd forgotten where it was, so I just had to quickly validate. But once you see that in the room, make your way to the very back, and you want to grab the last pill for this chapter, giving you all of the pill achievements for this chapter. There's only one, but yeah, the pill achievement for this chapter. I'll meet you back in the apartment building again. So we are going to get the 5th vinyl disc of this chapter. We've only got 3 more collectibles left to go. So open up your office door. We want to make our way down to the 1st floor. So apologies for the cut here, my game actually crashed, but anyway, as you come out of the lift, you're going to take a right, and we're going to go to the left, and we're going to go back into Lucas's room. So make your way past all the weeds, enter that last door, and we're going to be looking for his vinyl. So you should have at this point in time 4 vinyls. And as you come into this room, look to your right, and you're going to see an electric box. You want to light that one up immediately. And you're going to follow the cables like you have done for every other kind of cable mirror orientated puzzle throughout this way. Use your zapping device to get that cable connected. And as you come back into the other room, some of these are a little bit more hidden than normal. As you come into the main room here, we're going to need to go inside the fireplace. As you can see, I tried to light the one up in the fireplace, it doesn't work. Crouch down, look up, and light that one up from there. The one after this one's going to require you to jump on top of the boxes and zap it from the top. It is a little bit of a tricky one to do, and I have to use my mirror just to remind myself of where it is, but it's behind the insulation. So jump up to the top, you want to give that one a quick zap. I completely fell, as you can tell. Follow that to the right, and then you're going to need to actually jump up to get this one to work. This can be a little bit fiddly, but keep jumping up and eventually you'll get it. Follow that through down into the back room, and eventually it's going to wire itself back to a case, and inside that case is vinyl number 5. Okay, for the last 2 pills, we're still in the 5th visit to the office, not the opposite. Make your way upstairs, and when you get to the roof, we're going to get out our radio. There are 2 locked fences up here. Zap the one in front of you, and you're going to make your way into the back, and on the wooden panel you'll find a pill just here. Turn around and make your way across to the other side, and you're going to see another radio fence. Unlock that. And you'll want to make your way to the right and go down towards the end for your last pill. So this will bag you 2 achievements, one for finding all of the pills in the game, but a second achievement for also finding all of the pills in your apartment. The long slog for the 72 pills is now over. Okay, so our last non-collectible related achievement is in tape number 5, Rainbow. This is after just recording over Virginia's segment, and you're going to be in the boss fight, and it's going to be a bit chaotic, and you're going to be in this really weird place. So as you're making your way back to the next section, some containers are going to fly up in the air, and these containers are going to help you to high-five a dummy. So jump into the container, and at the end of it you're going to see another dummy on the barrel. You want to aim your jump, and you want to jump towards him, and you want to give him a high 5 and fall down the hole. You can actually do it without falling down the hole, but yeah, I'm not a platforming good person. So anyway, that is the high 5 for dummies achievement. Now once you've cleared tape 5, you'll be back in the apartment, and the cat will have given you a key. That is your bedroom key, and it's the first place that you went into to find your own tape. So once the dialogue is over with the cat, exit to the right. There's an invisible wall there until the cat is gone. Make your way to the right and then to the right again, and you'll go into your room. This is room 0. I have a bit of confusion at this point. I do apologize, but the vinyl achievement doesn't pop when you collect all the vinyls. So you need to open the door to the right of the guitar. That's going to open this up. You want to then clear out the darkness in this room. I have no ammo left, but if you turn around and you backtrack and to go into the room to the right of your front door, you're going to find a flare in this room just here. So grab the flare if you need it, make your way back into your bedroom, clear out the darkness in this room, and then on the dresser opposite of the bed on the right hand side, you're going to find your last vinyl. The achievement doesn't actually pop at this point in time. It only pops when you play all vinyls on the record player. So this is the part where I have my mini meltdown and trying to figure out why my achievement has not popped, because I collected all of them. But actually, for you to get this to work, you have to go back to your office. So your office is located outside of this room. So backtrack to the main front door of this section. And once you come out of your room, you'll want to take a left. You'll also want to then take another left into your office. And just by the door is a record player. You need to place all 6 vinyl records onto the record player, and once you've placed on all 6, you'll get the achievement for collecting all of the vinyls in the game. So that completes all of the missable achievements. To finish the game, you'll need to go up to your roof to exit out. Now, if you're looking for a chapter select option, I do not recommend clicking on the new game option from the main menu and picking a chapter from there, because that completely resets all your progress with the pill collection and everything from there. If you need to do level select, do it from the tapes in the office. I've been Jessica from the Achievement Squad. If you find this guide useful, drop us a like, comment and subscribe, and happy hunting.